Shaq flatly rejected the ring chaser label. Stephen A answered with something even bigger. One championship in Philadelphia would make LeBron James the greatest winner in sports history. But one brutal obstacle could shatter that dream before it ever begins.
Shaquille O'Neal right here with Stephen A, Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Let's get to some basketball talk in this regard. LeBron James decided to take his talents to Philadelphia. What were your thoughts about that move?
I don't like y'all calling my man a ring chaser.
I didn't call him that.
Okay, I'm just checking. Okay. I don't think it's for him. See, it's funny to me that people that don't have rings are saying, "Oh, he's a ring chaser." No, his continuance chasing. He's chasing the chance to continue to be great, to continue to add legacy to his book. Listen, he knows. Well, he doesn't really know yet, but you know and I know when this thing is over, it's over. You can't come back. Once you retire, once your body says, I can't go no more, it's over. This guy feels he has 2-3 years left. Why not try to get another championship?
Wait a minute. You were the Diesel. Damn it, you dominating, dunking on people. You know, man, you're stealing souls for crying out loud. You go to Miami. LeBron 41, he approaching 42 years of age. You can't hold him to the same standard. The same standard? You can't do that.
Yes, we can. Because you know why? You know why? Because he's LeBron James, either 1, 2, or 3 in many people's eyes. But when I heard Philadelphia, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But then when I sat down, I was like, damn, him, Maxey, Edgecombe, Embiid, and Jaylen Brown. Yeah. We could have something serious. And guess what? And guess whose shoulder it leans on? Joel Embiid. It's championship or bust for LeBron and Jaylen. I don't want to hear about 60 games we made.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. It can't be year 2. Excuse me. You got to Miami. Y'all had to wait a year. You didn't win it the first year in Miami. You had to wait the second year. Oh yeah. He's the one with the pressure.
Oh yeah. Not LeBron.
I think it's LeBron.
Brown, Joel Embiid.
I think it's LeBron.
No, man. No. Because you know what?
It's Embiid.
Even if they don't.
Embiid's hurt all the time.
Yeah, listen, even if LeBron doesn't win, LeBron's still 1, 2, or 3 in people's eyes. You know that. I know that.
I don't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Joel, time for him to step up. Just saying.
It ain't about stepping up. If the brother hurt, he hurt, Shaq.
Okay, that was last year. He better take some.
He's hurt every year.
He better take some Tylenol and take some shots.
He's missed 150 games over the last 3 years.
Damn. He missed more games than me.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He's missed 150 games over the last 3 years. He's never hurt. He's never healthy.
I tell you what, I'm calling it out now. He's going to be healthy this year.
Well, if he's healthy, they win the chip. If he's healthy, they win the chip.
Joel Embiid is going to dominate this year. You heard it here first. Joel Embiid will be touted as the best big man in the league. He's passing up the Joker this year. He's going to work this year.
LeBron wins a championship in Philly. I would believe he is the greatest winner in the history of sports because he is a greater catalyst for winning than anybody. If you can go to Cleveland and win their first championship in the history of the franchise, a franchise founded in 1970. If you can go to the Miami Heat, and though they had won a championship several years prior, you win 2 championships there in back-to-back seasons. Then you go to the Los Angeles Lakers and you win their first championship in a decade, dragging one of the most celebrated franchises in all of sport, dragging them out of the mud back to being celebrated once again. And then if you can go to Philly, a city that has become a football city, and win their first championship since 1983 when they had 2 MVPs in Dr. J and Moses Malone. If you can go to Philly and win, Miami and win, Los Angeles and win, Cleveland and win, one organization first championship ever, another organization first championship in 40 years, another organization first championship in 10 years, one of the most celebrated organizations in the history of all sport, and the other organization back-to-back championships. There is no greater catalyst for winning in the history of sports than LeBron James if he can win a championship in Philly.
The biggest question surrounding LeBron James' move to Philadelphia is not whether he can still play. Everyone already knows the answer. The question is much more dangerous. What will this final chapter mean for his legacy? Because the moment LeBron chose Philadelphia, the criticism started immediately. Some called it another championship chase. Another attempt to add one more ring before retirement. But Shaquille O'Neal completely rejected that idea. Shaq's message was clear. LeBron James is not chasing rings. He is chasing greatness. He is chasing the ability to continue doing what very few athletes in history have ever done: dominate at the highest level while approaching 42 years old. Shaq understands something most critics ignore. A superstar's career does not end when the statistics stop improving. It ends when the body says, "I cannot do this anymore." And that moment is coming for every legend. Michael Jordan faced it. Kobe Bryant faced it. Shaq himself faced it. LeBron knows the clock is running. He believes he still has 2 or 3 years left. So why not chase another championship? But this is where the conversation becomes complicated, because LeBron James is not judged like normal players. He is judged against history. Every decision, every team, every championship. Everything becomes part of the argument about where he belongs among the greatest athletes ever. And now, Philadelphia gives him the ultimate opportunity. A chance to do something almost impossible. Win somewhere nobody expected. But before we talk about history, we have to understand why Philadelphia became the destination that shocked the basketball world. When Shaquille O'Neal first heard Philadelphia, even he admitted he did not expect it. But after looking deeper at the roster, his reaction changed. Because suddenly, the move started making sense. Philadelphia is not just adding an aging superstar. They are creating a team built around experience, talent, and championship pressure. LeBron James brings more than scoring. He brings leadership, playoff knowledge, the ability to control the biggest moments. Then there is Tyrese Maxey, a young star who brings speed, energy, and offensive firepower. And then comes the biggest piece of the entire puzzle, Joel Embiid. Shaq looked at the combination and saw something dangerous, a team that could seriously compete. But there is a massive question hanging over this entire experiment, because Philadelphia's problem has never been talent. The Sixers have had talent. They have had MVP-level players. They have had championship expectations. The problem has always been whether they can survive the postseason. And everything comes back to one name: Joel Embiid. Because if Embiid is healthy, Philadelphia may have one of the most dangerous front courts in basketball. But if injuries return, the dream could collapse before it even begins, and that leads to the biggest weakness standing between LeBron James and another championship: the health of his new superstar teammate. Stephen A. Smith delivered the harsh reality. Joel Embiid is incredible, but availability has become the biggest concern of his career. The numbers are shocking. Over the last 3 seasons, Embiid has missed 153 games out of 450. That means he has missed more than 1/3 of possible games. For a normal player, that is concerning. For a championship contender, that is terrifying. Because LeBron James is not coming to Philadelphia to waste time. At this stage of his career, every season matters. Every playoff run could be the last realistic opportunity. Shaquille O'Neal believes this year will be different. He predicted Embiid will finally stay healthy. And he made a huge statement. If Joel Embiid stays healthy, Philadelphia can win the championship. Shaq even believes Embiid could challenge Nikola Jokic and become the best big man in basketball again. That is the level of expectation. Not just playing well, not just making the playoffs, dominating. Because when you add LeBron James to a team, the standard changes. A good season is not enough. A conference final is not enough. The only acceptable result becomes a championship. But if Philadelphia actually achieves that impossible goal, LeBron's legacy conversation will reach a level nobody has ever seen before. Stephen A. Smith made the boldest claim of the entire debate.
If LeBron James wins a championship in Philadelphia,
He believes LeBron becomes the greatest winner in sports history. And his argument is built around one unbelievable pattern. LeBron James does not simply join teams. He changes their history. In Cleveland, a franchise founded in 1970, a city desperate for its first championship, LeBron delivered the first title in Cavaliers history, ending a championship drought that lasted more than 5 decades. Then came Miami, a team that already had success. But LeBron helped create a dynasty. Back-to-back championships. Then Los Angeles, one of the greatest franchises in sports history. The Lakers had waited nearly 10 years for another championship. LeBron brought them back to the top. Now, Philadelphia, a franchise waiting since 1983. A city that has experienced decades of disappointment. If LeBron wins there, he would have delivered championships in Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles, Philadelphia. 4 different situations, 4 different challenges. One common result? Winning. That is why this opportunity is bigger than another championship ring. It would become proof that LeBron James was not just a great player. He was a force that changed franchises. But every legendary story has one final enemy. And for LeBron James, that enemy is something no athlete can defeat forever. At almost 42 years old, LeBron James is entering a place where almost nobody has ever been. The expectations are impossible. If he wins, people will call it one of the greatest achievements in sports history. If he loses, critics will say Father Time finally won. That is the price of greatness. Because legends are judged differently. Nobody expects ordinary players to carry this pressure. But LeBron James has spent his entire career carrying it. Now, Philadelphia represents the ultimate test. Can he lead another franchise to the top? Can he overcome age? Can he stay healthy? Can he create one final championship miracle? Because if LeBron wins in Philly, this will not just be another trophy. It will be the final piece of a legacy built across multiple cities. Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles, Philadelphia. The journey of a player who refused to let time decide his ending. The debate about the greatest athlete ever will continue forever. But one thing would become impossible to ignore. But LeBron James did not chase championships. He chased impossible challenges. And Philadelphia may be the biggest challenge of them all. Because if he wins, history will have no choice but to remember him differently.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.